Hello, we're going to talk about monolithic versus, I guess, microkernel. We are around the Santiago and Fernando Orozco.
What is a kernel? It's the central module of an OS, the part of the OS that loads first and remains in main memory.
Monolithic kernel. Kernel framework where all OS runs in kernel memory. For example, file systems, inter-process communication, EO management, fundamental process management, and hardware.
On the other side, microkernel is the near minimum amount of software that can provide the mechanisms needed for implement an OS. These mechanisms include low-level address, space management, thread management, inter-process communication.
Talking about the advantage for the monolithic kernel and the microkernel, we have, for example, in the monolithic kernel that generally speaks is the speaking is faster due to small source and compiled code size. Less code means also less bugs and security issues. And talking about microkernel advantage, if one service falls, others can still be working. Different services are built. Message passing allows independent communication and allows extensively. And also we can talk about that it's easy and faster integrated with 3G parent models.
The disadvantages of the monolithic kernel are that adding new functions requires to completely recompile the kernel. It's also less secure to any kind of failure, like in any of the drivers it may lead to a crash. The microkernel has one main disadvantage, which is that it is slower than the monolithic kernel due to the communication with the servers that is called message passing.
Talking about examples that we can find about monolithic and microkernel, for example, for monolithic kernel, we have that it is still used in Linux-based systems. Kernel is constantly updated and replaced. Talking about microkernel, we have, for example, Maj, KNX, Minimix, and also Unicos.
Finally, the hybrid kernels have the objective to a structure similar to that of the microkernel, but to implement that structure in the manner of a monolithic kernel. In contrast to a microkernel, all or nearby all operating system services in a hybrid kernel are still in kernel space. So there are none of the reliability benefits of having services in user space as with a microkernel.
That's all the presentation. Have a nice day.